Before Jackie broke barriers, before the majors integrated, there was a man with a fastball so fast it outran the truth. A man who became a legend before he ever set foot on a major league mound. His name was Leroy Satchel Paige. And in 1948-49, his rookie card captured not just his likeness, but an entire era of change, triumph, and with that iconic Satch smile, joy.
It was hard to beat, man. You couldn't hardly beat. I could go 17, 18 innings. You ask some of them guys, and they'll tell you. I wouldn't get tired.
Born in Mobile, Alabama in 1906, Satchel Paige honed his arm in the sandlots of the South. His journey through the Negro Leagues would take him from barnstorming buses to stadiums packed with tens of thousands, all there to witness the greatest pitcher who ever lived.
And I'm going to walk Buck Leonard, yeah, and I'm going to pitch to Josh Gibson. I said, no, man, don't be facetious. He said, you call it what you want, but that's what I'm going to do.
A Kansas City icon with the Monarchs, Satchel was hands down the biggest star in the Negro Leagues. He threw fireballs, hesitation pitches, and called his own strikeouts before the batter even swung. But more than his stats, it was his spirit, charismatic, rebellious, and unforgettable. That made Satchel Paige a legend.
He said to me, he said, Monty, he said, you know, I just want to give you a tip. He said, you'll never hit me. He said, by the time you get the bat down and around, he said, I'm by you and gone.
They say Satchel once struck out 21 major leaguers in an exhibition, then pitched again later that night. One time, he told his fielders to sit down and struck out the entire side. Was it all true? Maybe, but that's what legends are made of. Satchel Paige didn't need the hype because he was the hype. I mean, like, he actually hyped himself. He knew he was the best. He told you he was the best, and then he backed up the fact that he was the best. So he was the hype.
Major League Baseball says that Satchel was 42 years old when he finally got his opportunity to pitch in the major leagues with then the Cleveland Indians. Most who knew Satchel believed that he was at least 10 years older than he claimed to be. Satchel was likely born into the early to mid-1890s in Mobile, Alabama. And so that birth record was typically kept in the back page of the family Bible. And according to Satchel, the goat ate that page out the Bible.
In 1948, at the age of 42, though some say older, some say quite a bit older, Leroy Satchel Paige finally got the call to Major League Baseball. But what can't be discounted is the fact that he spent decades literally destroying batters in the U.S. Negro Leagues, in Cuba, in the Dominican Republic, in Mexico, in Puerto Rico, and in Canada. When he finally got to play in the MLB, he was well beyond baseball retirement age. Yet, with the Cleveland Indians, he pitched in pressure games down the stretch and became the first black pitcher to play in the World Series. The same year he was the oldest rookie in Major League Baseball history, he not only helped his team get to the World Series, he won the World Series. When I was young, we would call that a straight-up baller. One moment captured the joy of it all, that 1948 rookie season where Satchel won the World Series. He's sitting in the dugout next to Bob Feller, eyes closed, holding a baseball head down in playful laughter. It was that image with another Hall of Fame pitcher, a white man, in those difficult racial times that would become his most iconic baseball card. And not just iconic, but really rare, really scarce, and kind of mysterious. Okay, hold up. So the very image used for this iconic card, I want to say this again, is a smiling image of a black man sitting friendly with a white man, sitting side by side, laughing together as brothers in a time when that truly was rare and just rarely ever happened. What in the world? There's actually a deeper meaning to this card than I even realized.
If we walked down the sidewalk and a white man was coming toward us, we had to look down upon the ground. And if a white woman walked down our same sidewalk, we would have to walk out in the streets. Couldn't walk down the same sidewalk. We couldn't ride in the front of the buses. We couldn't use certain facilities, restrooms, and different things around town.
As long as I can remember, there's been a mystery around the Satchel Paige card from the Leaf set. The same set that brought us one of the most important cards of all time, the Jackie Robinson rookie. Yet in true Satchel fashion, this card, of course, had to stand out and be different. It wasn't planned out, but the legend of this card panned out. You could literally walk around card shows all year and you're not going to see this card. Now, you may see some at the National because that's when the big guys bring out the big guns. But 99.9% of card shows in America, you can walk around and you're just not going to see this card. It's that rare. The crazy thing in the hobby today is we throw the word grail around with just about anything. This is a true grail card. This is a card that collectors save up their entire lives to get, and when they get it, they keep it and they pass it on to the next generation. It's not a card that once somebody gets it, they just quickly get rid of it. Experts say this card was part of a late season limited short print run. It was produced in much smaller quantities, it was poorly distributed, and was immediately in high demand. Yet, depending on whose hands the card showed up in, this card was either destroyed and thrown away out of distaste for the new MLB star, or it was put somewhere for safekeeping and then probably lost over time. In our day and age, this card is a perfect example of true scarcity, high demand plus low supply. Printed in the late 1940s by Leaf, the card is as bold as the man it honors. Bright yellow background, deep blue and red hat, matching the red banner with his name at the bottom, and that smile, captured from his first year with Cleveland. Some cards feel manufactured, this one feels alive, as much alive as a ghost can be. Dr. James Beckett, the OG of the sports card hobby, said this when asked what his favorite card was in that iconic Leaf set.
But the demand is higher because it's Leroy Page. It's not even Satchel Paige, it's Leroy. And also, when people got that card, if they knew what it was, they put it away. It wasn't for trade.
You understand what I'm talking about?
And many collectors agree, it's not just rare, it's sacred.
Like I said, the fact that I had two of them is because I thought if I ever need to make a big trade, that is going to be currency.
Stopped a couple of years ago and they want to know how long was I going to pitch. Now, I didn't know. I just stopped because my wife told me to stop. I could just pitched on it. 50 or 60 years didn't make no difference with me pitching. You understand what I'm talking about? So I know some of them felt.
The one thing that has always stood out about the Leaf Satchel Paige is the fact that the production quality of this card was extremely condition sensitive. This card is notorious for having blurry registration. It's often off-centered, beat up, torn up, you name it. But with most collectors, to find one with great registration, that's the goal. They'll overlook pinholes, off-centering, stains, tape, even paper loss if the front of the card has a crisp, non-blurry registration, something that again shrinks the C for this already hard-to-find card. The 1948-49 Leaf Paige card isn't just about cardboard. It's a cultural heirloom. It's a piece of history that should be sitting in every legitimate baseball museum. It's a bridge between the Negro Leagues and Major League Baseball, but more than that, it's also a relic to remind us of a time when the U.S. was going through great positive change, how far we've come, and who helped us get there. The 48-49 Leaf Satchel Paige.